The Guardian is reporting that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu plans to surround Israel with a fence. So they already have a fence in some places. He wants to take it further. They say, quote, Netanyahu made the statement while he toured a new 18-mile section of fence. We will surround all of the state of Israel with fences and barriers. The answer is yes. And then they continue here, quote, he described the potentially infiltrating citizens as wild beasts, also translated as predators, which I'm not sure is much better. And he quickly garnered critics in his own cabinet. So even people in his own party are like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Now, there's one part of this that is just absolutely, positively, completely abhorrent, and we'll discuss that. But then there's another part of this that actually makes sense given the right circumstances. So, when it comes to calling people who come into Israel wild beasts and predators, tell me what you really think about the Palestinians, and tell me what you really think about Arabs in surrounding states. I haven't quite caught on yet. Can anybody read this and say, yeah, not bigoted. No, totally not. No. I mean, come on. And we've covered stories recently about, in schools, we now have the curriculum saying, you can't teach that story about interfaith marriage between a Jew and a Muslim because, we got to keep our blood pure. Okay, yes, that would be almost exactly like a Southern segregation has said when it came to black people and white people marrying. Well, you think it makes it better because it's somebody in the Israeli government who's like, yeah, no, we need our blood to be pure. It was wrong when those Southern segregation has said it about black people and interracial marriage, but interfaith marriage and interethnic marriage here between Arab and Jew or Jew and Muslim, no, can't do that. Blood's got to be pure. Okay, no, you are bigoted. That is almost the textbook definition of bigotry, and it's not okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Are there other states in the region that are bigoted? Fuck yeah! Saudi Arabia declares all atheists terrorists. I think that's a little bigoted against atheists, sure. But I don't excuse any of the bigotry, whether it comes from Israel, whether it comes from Saudi, or whether it comes from any of the other states. So let's be objective and let's be clear about this. Now, the part where there actually might be a little bit of sense is the idea of a fence. Now, don't get me wrong. The fence that Netanyahu wants to build, they're not on the right borders. Because Netanyahu is well known to just say, man, take something and say, me? Oh, you're against me taking this land? Oh my God, why are you attacking me? Anti-Semite, anti-Semite. Anti-Semite? Dude, I'm against the fact that you just annexed Palestinian land. It's anti-Semitic. Don't argue against it. That's fucking crazy. No, I'm against the state of Israel annexing more land. That's not anti-Semitic. That's rational, okay? So, if Netanyahu were to come along and say, okay, I want to build a giant wall all around Israel, and one of the borders will be the 1967 borders, and we're going to do a two-state deal, I'll sign that right now. I'll do that deal right now. Let's do a two-state deal, 1967 border, split up Jerusalem, call it a day, and move along here, okay? But that's not what he means. He, of course, wants to build a wall that includes Israel keeping land that they stole and that is not recognized under international law, and that I'm totally against, because you don't get to walk into somebody's house, kick them the fuck out of it, and say, now I will build a fence to keep you out of your own house. That's crazy. So the idea of a fence is an okay idea if you do it on the right borders, but he doesn't want to do it on the right borders, so it's a horrific idea, and I don't know why we would expect a good idea to come from somebody who's fine with calling Palestinians and Arabs wild beasts and predators. Let me ask you a question, Netanyahu. Were you a wild beast? Were you a predator when you, killed between 60 and 80% civilians, including women and children, in your last bombing orgy in Gaza? No, I know. You could never be a wild beast or predator, even when you kill civilians and have a total and utter disregard for civilian casualties. Words like that are only reserved for those dirty Arabs.